Hello and welcome to this cryptocurrency technical analysis where, my friends, my team CC pooled, we are going to be taking a deep dive look into the ocean here of Bitcoin. Yeah, this bad boy Bitcoin. We're going to be going straight into that and looking at what I'm looking at next. Of course, answering the question that's on the tip of your tongue, and that is, Daniel, is this just simply a rally within a bear market that will end in a bull trap before we head down to much lower prices? Or is this actually the bottom in for Bitcoin? Are we actually starting a new bull market here in 2023 to reach new all-time highs? I'll be explaining my thought process in this video. Okay, this is going to be a video where I actually want to remain completely professional. Okay, I'm going to talk in a calm manner, okay, slowly, and just fully explain my thought processes here on my current trades, the next targets, and what I'm looking at next, particularly, over the next few weeks to come. Okay, this could potentially, though, lead into what's to come for the rest of the year. So it's a very important time for Bitcoin. My mission of this video is to just truly explain with no games what I'm looking at next. I need you to be fully understanding, because this is such an important time for Bitcoin, or actually for the whole markets, okay, from the stock market to the forex market to cryptocurrency market. It's such a crucial time, a pivotal time. So yeah, that's what I want from this video. I just want to fully explain my thought processes. I want to make sure you're up to speed on what's happened over the past 2 days. And then I want you to be prepared and ready for what's to come next. So put yourself in an environment where you're not going to have distractions, where you can give me your full attention. This video is probably going to be a bit longer than normal, but I can guarantee every single second that I'm spent in this video is done for a reason, and it's to educate you and make sure you're ready for what's to come next. So without further ado, I would like to get into today's video. Of course, picking up where I left off my last video as normal. This video will run in a 3-part series. Okay, first of all, I'm going to pick up where I left off my last video and explain the past few days of price action here. This is so important that you understand, not only because if you want to trade today and tomorrow and into the next few months, you have to understand the context of where we are, because without that context, without that understanding of how we've reached a level, you're probably going to lose the next trade. Context is so important. So I'm going to be going through how we got here and, of course, educating you how we got here. Okay, then we're going to be, I'd like to give a little bit of a motivation, whether that's the end or the middle, but I'll talk about some winning and losing scenarios. And then, of course, through this video, we'll be moving on to what's actually happening right now. What's the strength that we're seeing here? And what are we looking for next over the next few weeks, which will bring us up to the rest of the year. This is such a pivotal time. So yeah, you're here for the analysis, and the analysis now is what I'm going to give you. So as I mentioned, picking up from the last video where we were, this was a few days ago now, this video was released. We're on Friday. This video came out on Wednesday. And I was explaining to you all how we're in this local uptrend on Bitcoin. It's very strong. We were definitely ready and waiting for that volatility, which we've thoroughly got, right? So you can see how trading, although many people might refer to it as random, unpredictable, a gamble, I'm able to show you through past results continuously, time and time again, this market is predictable. We can even predict when it's going to be extremely volatile. We can even predict when these moves are going to happen. Okay, we can trade the trend. We can trade with our high probabilities. I've been very clear over the past, particularly since the start of 2023. This is when my bias really started to change. Since the start of 2023, I'm becoming more and more bullish. Doesn't mean overall I'm expecting some massive, crazy all-time high, but I recognize this local uptrend is strong. I want to trade with this trend. Okay, if I take a short, it's for a scalp trade only. Get into it, quickly lock in the take profit, reverse it into a long. I've been very keen on emphasizing I've in long trades in my videos. You can go back and watch the videos yourself, making it clear in many of my videos I was in no short trades, in longs, and I've been looking for higher, and I made that very clear in my last video. I am long and I'm looking for higher prices to come. Okay, and this is obviously all stemmed from my underlying biases that I had based off of the context of the Bitcoin chart itself, and also, of course, a major factor for me being the correlation with the stock market, which I became very bullish on. Okay, as well as, recognizing the weakness in the DXY, with that's an inverse correlation, expecting weakness on DXY, so expecting rises on the stock market. That led me to my bullish bias actually being formed on Bitcoin very strongly indeed. Okay, so we're picking up where we left off this video from about 2 days ago now. And we're obviously trading in a little bit of a range with the CC just above us. So we had the CC just above us at around 17,600. Okay, and this is kind of what happened next. Okay, so I'm just going to show you, of course, a few posts from primarily within my Discord, and this is just for the sole fact you can understand then what I was looking at live in the time. So all of these posts that you're going to see were posted before the move happened. Okay, and I'm showing you this really so you can understand what I was looking at, because I think that is extremely beneficial, so you can kind of get into my brain and understand the thought process of a successful trader here. And also, so you can get the context of how we've come to this point and then really understand what's going on here right now. Okay, so a few posts I'd like to highlight to you. Again, this was from the 11th, so on Wednesday. Came into my team at 9 a.m, told them really simply, still in no short positions, only long on Bitcoin. I want to see another new high made today. Okay. That was on Bitcoin. I wanted to see another high made on Bitcoin. I'm still in longs only. I'm not in any short positions 2 days ago. I want to see new highs made on Bitcoin. I then also tell my team I also want to see new highs made on the ES, on the stock market. So I'm bullish for Bitcoin. I'm bullish on the stock market. Okay, and these ideas start to form and expand themselves along, as you can kind of see here. Things that we are looking at. Okay. Currently bullish based on the ES, bullish based on Bitcoin. DXY itself had also a bearish setup that I was sharing, so I gave my team this idea with the short entry at this key level. We had the invalidation, the stop loss, right? We have a target. So this is a bearish setup on the DXY, which is an inverse correlated asset to Bitcoin and the stock market. So expecting lower on the DXY, I'm expecting higher on the stock market and higher on Bitcoin alike. Okay, locally in the day, we did have a small bit of a reversal, which I will show you here on the 11th. Okay, so if we just zoom in here on the 11th on a lower term time frame, just like to explain exactly what went on here. So on the 11th, we had this slight pullback in the day. Did not invalidate my bullish biases. It was really simply for me an ABC correction. Okay, so a correction within the uptrend, expecting another impulse wave to the upside. How could we recognize this in the time? Well, the first standout point is the way that we hit the one-to-one extension to the downside, and then obviously started to reverse. Here you can see from high to low to that next high. We come down into that one-to-one and do get the reversal in the end, which also ended giving us that A, B, C correction. So this was a corrective piece of price action before resuming the uptrend. Okay, during that corrective bit of price action to the one-to-one. Okay, obviously are going to have a few different opportunities. For me, my main focus is still recognizing the strength on the ES. I'm still expecting highs to come. So while Bitcoin was locally pulling back here, the ES was still moving up and stronger than ever. Thus, that led me to believe, well, actually, we're very likely going to continue up on Bitcoin. I'm going to remain with those bullish biases. Okay, I'm still going to look for higher. So I say to my team here, the ES rise is breaking new highs, and I'm thinking this is going to drag Bitcoin up along with it. And the ES went on to make new highs, and this is really helping me for my bullish bias on Bitcoin. Then we're looking at about 20 minutes later, 10 minutes later, we do make a new high on Bitcoin. So you can see here things that I want to bring to your attention. When you start to get these retracements on Bitcoin, check your correlated assets, see what's going on there. Look for these one-to-one extensions. Then you can start to recognize ABC corrections within actually just a corrective bit of price action. You can start to just add these sort of things on. As you can see here, you have really nice channels, you have really nice extensions, you have a really obvious way to recognize that this is a correction when you also then take into consideration the stock market. Okay, so this is all coming together, live in the time thought processes of why I'm still going to remain bullish biased on Bitcoin. Even though we're pulling back locally, I'm still keeping that bullish bias, which obviously, as we know now, played out very well indeed, right? So obviously I gave a live stream to my team the other day for the stock market open on the ES. Went live around 2:15 to be live and ready for the stock market open at 2:30. We stayed on stream for about an hour. And during that stream, I recognized the long opportunity on the ES, and that in the end come up and hit target. Upon hitting target, I tell my team, really simply, if you took this long, actually now we can just trail this stop loss up in profits. There's no need to close the whole trade. My next target is above 4,000. So I'm remaining really clearly long and bullish biased on the stock market. Telling my teams, You know, this was still 2 days ago, still in those short trades. This was at 10 p.m. at night before I'm going to head to bed. Still in those short trades on Bitcoin. I am in longs. I'm still holding these long positions. Still looking for higher. Okay, we wake up the next day, which was now yesterday at around 4 a.m. Start getting here and reviewing the charts. I tell my team, you know, this is why you're part of Chart Champions, right? My insights and bullish bias have helped us to not continuously only try and short this uptrend, but rather take advantage of it and profit with longs, as overnight we moved up, you know, up to above $18,000. Okay, so I hope that you're enjoying this walkthrough and, you know, you're starting to recognize what's coming along here. As you will remember, we had this CC at around 17,500 zone, 17,600 zone, and that CC was obviously tapped. And upon tapping that CC, I did tell my team, I was asked the question, Daniel, have you taken a short here? I made that very clear, which I can show you in a bit. I told my team really simply, no. Yes, we have rejected from the CC at the time. Okay, at the time we had rejected from that CC, but I made it very clear I've not taken this short trade. I'm not going to take that short, and I will show you this post a little bit later. Okay, of course, in the end, we got through that CC and it brought us up to more local price action, which we are looking at and getting into now. I still hold my long trades, by the way, if that's of interest to you. I'm sure it is. I'm still holding on to these longs, and I'll explain why in a minute. Okay, this brings us up to this more local section of price action, which occurred yesterday. I'm going to come down on a 5-minute chart to explain this to you. This is very important that you fully comprehend this. So we started to form a sideways range yesterday, and obviously we knew the CPI data was coming out. So we're very much ready and aware of this. It was 1:30 UK time, and you can see this is when we got this massive volatility. Before this, coming into my team around 8:30 a.m, telling my team the levels to be aware of, and one that I want you to record here, 17,938. I tell my team the daily open today is very important, 17,938. Okay, one thing that I want to bear in mind, I'm going to actually show you this, I'm going to record it here, 17,938, we're going to just mark it on the chart. I'm going to say key level that I gave to my team, we're going to call it 17,938. Okay, I'd like to just show you something that's going on here. So I've given that as my important support. One thing that you've got to bear in mind here is I can't even remember the last time I've came into my group and told them daily open is an important support level. It's very rare that I'm telling my team that that's an important support level. So when I do tell my team that, it's probably something that they're going to be wondering, you know, and paying attention to. As Daniel was mentioning a daily open, it's a long time since he's ever done that. Okay, then naturally people are going to ask questions and I will give them the answers. And I was asked that question of why it was important, and I did answer it within my questions channel, by the way. Okay, but during this time, I've told my team once again, I want to see higher. I want to take out that previous high. I'm remaining bullish. I'm remaining longs. So even while we're getting these pullbacks, some people are going to be scared. Some people are going to be fearful, rejecting around 18,400. No, I'm telling my team I still want to see higher. I'm still remaining in these longs. I'm looking for higher prices to come. Want to see higher again. That DXY setup, now it's started to play out very nice indeed as well. That was still heading down. Everything at this moment in time is perfect, okay? And then in what happened during the day is we come up and we tested this CC. As you can see, another rejection candle here. But once again, this is the importance of having a level marked out. This is a level that I did give my team earlier in the day. And then recognizing, like I said yesterday or a few days ago in my video, myself and other people can have the exact same technical analysis. You know, let's just say there's 100 trading groups right now. Most of them all coming from learned from Chart Champions, right? Let's just say there's 100 trading groups. Everybody has the same levels. They all learned from Chart Champions. What separates us is this understanding in the time and the intuition of knowing when to trade that level and when to let it go. Okay, you see this, a lot of people are going to jump into that short. It looks like a decent rejection, right? This looks like a decent rejection. My thought process, you know, upon posting this, I was asked, Daniel, you know, you've posted the reaction there off the CC. Is it a valid short trade? I say to him, personally, I have not still shorted this. It's a level, it's got a reaction, but I'm not taking this short trade. I'm still looking for higher prices to come. I only want to take the best trades. We all have the same levels. But it's this experience and intuition that you gain that really helps you determine the context and then recognizing, I want to trade this level, I want to leave this level. I'm expecting higher to come. Again, my team, obviously, the day before, I want to see over 4,000, and we got over 4,000. We got these strong wicks as we go into the CPI data, which led us into a swing failure pattern or run of the lows. then we're looking for the high to be taken, which gets in the end taken with a swing failure pattern. Okay, so I was kind of ready with this, thinking that this is a possibility with the CPI data, a quick wick saw up and down or down and up sort of thing. The half mall candle was something I was aware of. So we took the lows, then it's normal to take the highs and come back into that range. Okay, and that is what happened next, where we got the swing failure pattern of the high then to come. So if you are quick, you can of course look for the longs, look for the shorts, but you know, the easiest trade here, or this is a moment of extreme panic, I think, right? You've just seen an extreme move to the upside, extreme move to the downside in the space of a few minutes. I think this is the time when the world is in panic, the world is confused, and the world just truly has no idea what's going on. Why is this moving up and taking all the highs? Why is it moving down and taking all the lows? What is going on here? I'm extremely confused. You know, many people are going to be thinking that it's extremely normal. It's totally normal to be confused by that price action if you don't have that concrete knowledge of the situation, or even be aware of this is going to be a high likelihood before it is happened, right? We're talking about 3 hours before it happened. I'm telling my team, get ready for the Darth Maul candle, e.g., boom, up and down into the range. So I was ready and waiting for this, but amongst this extreme panic, so to speak, I tell my team once again, I'm going to remain patient for higher prices once again on BTC. So you can see how much confidence this is going to generate into yourself watching this as a champion. It's going to say, wow, even within all this volatility, Daniel's here, Daniel's showing up, and Daniel's helping us. He's telling us patient for higher. We're going to look for higher prices on Bitcoin to come. And then we were actually given the beauty, which was a beautiful long trade entry. As we came down, we've just seen this big whipsaw. What happened here is we got the first retest of the high. Okay, so we start to test this high, and we actually formed really big bearish CVD divergences, which then gave us the retest and the long entry that we're about to see. But on this first whipsaw, we got the first initial rise, big bearish divergences, which led to bring us down and swing failure pattern that low. Ladies and gentlemen, this gave us our long entry. Okay, this gave us our long entry of the day. Remember that key level that I mentioned to you earlier in the day at 8 a.m. given to my team? Okay, 8 a.m. I told my team 17,938 daily open is important. First time I've mentioned that in a very, very, very long time, a daily open being important. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Here we slightly front run. This low was 17,940. Slightly front run it by a few dollars, got the rise bearish divergences. But then this is the long entry that we were given, my friends. And that was a swing failure pattern of the previous low onto that key daily open that I gave my team at 9 a.m. As soon as that happened, I'm showing my team the reaction. And for me, that was a long entry. That was a long entry of the day. I had to remain patient for that one. I had to remain calm and collected, but I had it. From there, I'm telling my team, just like that, we're already starting to see this bounce underway. Take profit one for me is the VWAP. And this took about it took over 2 hours to hit that take profit one. But we eventually did hit that take profit one off the VWAP. This is a time to collect those profits and move that stop loss up to entry. Okay, of course, in the end, we move up even higher, but taking profits is key. So I was looking for that take profit one off of the VWAP after the swing failure pattern. Took about 2 hours to hit the VWAP, but we eventually hit the VWAP, which was only about here, by the way. The VWAP wasn't that high above price action. But nevertheless, we hit that VWAP. We actually went instantly straight through it, by the way. So we just went straight through it like butter. It was very nice indeed. And just to show you what the added advantage that we had here you can see that swing failure pattern of the daily, of the previous low onto the daily, and we were left with the most perfect order flow with negative 7 million delta. So we had trap shorts down into the low here. So we're looking at perfect order flow, perfect reactions, and really simply a pretty perfect entry, if I say so myself, on that trade, being the low of the day. Okay, so it's like I'm telling my team then, we obviously then had got through our VWAP. Smash that like, smash that heart if you're making profits with me right now. We get a lot of hearts being smashed, and the order flow was really just simply perfect. Looking then, obviously remaining with my bullish bias, looking for higher and higher. We really simply did get CC Pool running this game. Okay, so we're up this time, we're seeing higher on the stock market, we're seeing higher on Bitcoin, and remember that DXY setup that I gave? Well, that went even better than expected, as that kind of absolutely crashed. That key level that we had eventually lost, retested, extreme move to the downside. So even, you can see here, doesn't matter the market, doesn't matter the instrument, Really simply, once you've got this knowledge and understanding of technical analysis, you can take full advantage and make money in any single market in the world, right? And that brings us up to what we're looking at right now. So, hope that you've, understood or at least gained some knowledge and insights into how this move has occurred. Okay. And, just really simply what's been going on here, right? How that was low of the day. That was the low of the day, as you see. Boom. Low of the day, daily open. Another extreme move to the upside. Absolutely wonderful. But yeah, that's that. Okay, and that was the order flow that we had on the retest. Just really, really, really nice. Just like to show you a few more posts here. It's going to just take 2 minutes, and then we're moving on to what's happening next. Okay, so this was kind of this is maybe where I come out unprofessional. You have to remember, some of my posts on Twitter are just complete satire. If you see me replying to like Moon Boys or Twitter personalities, it's generally just satire, and some of my posts are just full satire as well. But chart champions are too expensive, the broke mindset. But what you have to remember is, if you just follow along with the bias here, if you've been shorting every single rise this week, you've simply been following the wrong team. If you'd been following CC Pool, I've made it clear to my team I was bullish. I've been clear to my team I've been looking higher on the stock market and Bitcoin. Since this uptrend has really started, I've been telling my team a lot. No short trades, longs, bullish bias. If you've been following people that have been shorting the uptrend, maybe just wonder why. Of course, this has been very nice indeed for the team. I was told you earlier that I'd show you the posts about when we were hitting these CC zones. Okay, so when we hit the CC at 17,600 zone, I alerted my team to the fact we have hit it on the lower term time frame from the CC, but I have not shorted that level. I trade level to level and then know which levels to trade and which to ignore. How? Simply 12 years of experience. Again, some people kind of mock me or think that I'm saying this for some other reason. It's just simply, in my honest opinion, that is a fact. It does take time and experience to get this quick intuition. So as soon as we hit that level, I've told my team there, you can check the time, I'm not shorting that. I'm aware of it and nothing more. Please go and check the timestamps here and you can review everything I'm saying. But for me, we hit that CC, we did get an initial rejection, but I'm not shorting it. I'm aware of it and nothing more. Okay. Obviously, I posted this over on Twitter. I've not felt this bullish in over a year. Many are going to miss out on this upcoming pump. What an amazing year 2023 is going to be for these traders. Okay, this was on the 10th of January, and I'm making an extreme statement. I've not felt this bullish in over a year. I think we're going to get a very nice pump. Of course, some people, instant short signal, some people were trolling me on this. Well, I'd say I wonder how that ended. But, I had this bullish bias for a reason. And, well, it obviously played out in the end very nicely. What you needed to do was pay close attention. I knew this pump was coming, and I told you way before it happened, and that you simply cannot deny. And I truly do hope that you've made some amazing profits with me along on this lovely rise to the upside team. Okay. Here is something that I don't want to spend too long on, but I'm going to just talk about very briefly. And that's the fact, back in November, there was obviously this spook of the market where retail traders and normal investors have been spooked and now scared, and they're all leaving the exchanges, right? This was with the FTX move. FTX obviously went down offline and, a lot of people lost money. What that done was spook a lot of people. Everybody started to remove their money, and the real market maker move is to take advantage of that low liquidity for a very large move to the upside, right? Let's say, I was like this, tell you this, liquidity is the lowest in years. Little capital is required to cause big moves. Market makers are ready to take advantage. A lot of people are going to be left on the sidelines. And I really do believe that this is still the case. A lot of people are on the sidelines, missing this move still from, being scared to have money on their exchanges, right? All started to come with that massive FUD. Okay, so a lot of people were shorting. A lot of people were very scared. A lot of people were very fearful. A lot of people leaving the market. This is extreme FUD, right? This is just extreme people being very, very, very scared. They're withdrawing every single penny that they have from exchanges. Okay, I was making it clear I wasn't scared. I kept my money on the exchanges. You've seen me taking trades. It's all been there, and now we're starting to take advantage. And obviously, as we started to end the year, we started to see even more FUD start to come out with Grayscale, who hold about 365,000 Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin price will face massive capitulation. So you start to see these breaking news stories all over the place of Bitcoin bearish, even more FUD occurring. That's when you have to start to think, okay, the bottom is close with this type of FUD. And, that starts to bring us up to where we are now. Okay, I will do one quick announcement, and this is one and the only, and that is if you are interested on getting back on exchanges, if you do want an exchange to trade on, we are affiliated with Bybit if you'd like to take advantage of that. I'll leave this down in the comment below or in the description, probably just in the comments, where you can come down and take advantage of this by clicking on the link in the description. You can go to the Bybit site where they're currently doing a large giveaway where you can win a car, you can win an iPhone, you can win some crypto, etc. And you can take advantage of that by signing up, joining that celebration, and basically joining the Chart Champions team over on Bybit. Again, that's only if you're interested, do your own research. At the end of the day, I'm not telling you to do anything. It's just an offer we have available if you want to take advantage of it. Nothing more than that. And I'm going to move on now to what's happening now and next. Okay, so as I've made it very clear, I think, during this video, I've been very bullish biased during this move to the upside, and I've been very much, recognizing why this is the case because of the weakness on the DXY, because of the strength on the stock market. I've been able to recognize that itself as being very bullish. On top of that, we have the fact that we've been in this very nice uptrend. As I said yesterday, I originally have that long from the value area low. 16,300 where I first took this. Of course, that trade I've compounded a few times on the retests, which gave me a slightly higher average. But nevertheless, I've been bullishly biased really since the uptrend, which occurred, end of December. Throughout 2023, I've been bullish biased, especially if you just go back and watch some of my videos. But you can see from here, we've just maintained this uptrend, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So this is a really nice uptrend. At some point it's going to break, and then we can get a very large move to the downside. But for now, we have not broken that support. We have not broken that uptrend. So I'm remaining in these longs, trading up these stop losses and looking for opportunities to compound, just like yesterday where we hit that daily open. Okay, so locally, we have a few things that we can be aware of. Of course, we can be aware of things such as the CC, which is just above us. And this is like yesterday. I'm aware of this level, doesn't mean I'm going to trade it. Maybe we get a perfect reaction along with a correlation on the stock market, and we do get a nice short entry. Okay, but that would be a level that I'd only be aware of, nothing more. Bigger levels are going to be what's sat right directly above us. So we have actually a larger CC above us, which stems from around 19,160 up to the NPOC of 19,650. Okay, these are major levels, a major zone of resistance, of course. If we get through this and flip it into support, it turns into major support. But this for me is the next area of interest above. Okay, for me, the question is going to be asked of, have we seen a major bottom? Is this the bottom in for Bitcoin? And, are we just going to be heading up from here? Is that 15,000 the overall low? Or alternatively, is this a bull trap, which is going to get people excited, very bullish, only before heading back down? I can tell you this straight away. Whether this is a bull trap and we head back down, or whether this is a bull market, I'm going to be able to make profits either way. For me, that does not make any difference. Whether we head up to all-time highs or whether we head down to $3,000, I can honestly say, on my heart, it will make no difference to me as a trader. And the people that have learned from me and understand that, the champions, will also recognize that answer does not matter to us as traders. We can profit moving up. We can make profit if the market crashes. All we need to know is the next levels and take the next trades. That said, I will give you a more direct answer rather than a politician's answer. And that will be if we do break through these key levels of resistance above us with major increases of volume. Okay, why do I need to see the volume come in? Because if we break through this key resistance and we start to reclaim this massive resistance into support, you'd like to see volume back that up. Otherwise, it leads into the idea of a fake out. But if we do see big volume coming in and we hold that support, well, then that definitely increases that probability that the overall low is in on Bitcoin. Okay, this is a major if, because we need to see that volume. Okay, we need to see that coming in. If we do see that, well, then that is greatly increasing those probabilities. Okay, so I think right now it's important to remain open in that regards and free to recognize the probabilities here. You go of further upside and testing these levels at least, or a large move to the downside. I personally would like to see at least another high made. Okay, of course I can be aware of that CC as I've told you, but I would like to see another high above this level. Why? Because then I would maybe get a swing failure pattern type trade, or alternatively we just blast straight through it and we just blast through all these resistances. That's what happened when we, back a few days ago here, okay, on the 11th, we had actually quite a few levels to the upside to be aware of. Okay, at around $17,000 and $18,000. But as soon as we got through that CC, it was brilliant because we just went straight through all those other levels and no reaction, no trade. It was very easy to just remain in those longs and not take a single short from 17,500 to over $18,000. That was easy because the move was so quick. There's no reaction, there's no short trade opportunity at all, and we simply then just keep on staying in those longs, remaining patient for higher prices. So of course we do have that possibility once again that we just blast straight through, and I'm not going to complain about that, to be honest with you. But no, nevertheless, I'm going to be aware of these levels for the reaction for that short trade, because I do recognize, you know, the confluence that we have at this zone is large. It's very large indeed. Okay, so I'd like to end, as I said, with actually a bit of a motivation, which I do hope that you appreciate. I think this may be my most important words, even above the analysis, the way that I lead and the way that I, you know, present the information and myself to you as you know, the captain, you could say, of the Chart Champions community. I'd just like to read a post that I made within my group here for you, and it's talking about winning, losing, and what it takes to be a champion. You know, still in no short positions, team. I'm only in longs, and I'd like a new high to be made. If you have any question, you know, this is the main thing, right? You can see people have been asking me loads and loads of questions. Every question gets answered, right? You can see I'm coming in here, I'm answering every single question. It's been brilliant, right? People have been really able to take advantage. This guy, as you can see here, managed to take $2,000 profit just by me actually giving him the next target to the upside and answering his question. But I'm coming in here, I'm answering every single question, giving examples, giving ideas. Like, you know, for me, this is important that I basically, you know, undo that and make sure you understand. So as always, if you have any questions, I'm answering all your answers. But yeah, for me, the most important thing right now that you also can take advantage of looking at this video and understanding it is that we stay calm and collected on the charts. Remain professional as always. This is a very important time for the markets. We could be on the verge of a large trend change, bull market, or simply a big bull trap fake out and continue the bear market. At the moment, to be 100% certain, obviously I have my bias, but to be 100% certain is impossible, which is why we must be paying close attention to all levels and the transactions and order flow that take place there. Let's remain in this professional mindset and environment and continue to help ourselves and the other champions around us within our community. I know a lot of people are going to have a lot of emotions flying around their head these days. Maybe you have a lot of profits longing this rise. You know, if you've been paying attention to the group, right, and what I've been saying, you're probably in a lot of profits. Or you've just been sat in spot Bitcoin and also making profits. But maybe now you don't want to take any profits in case the pump goes up even more. Or on the other end of the spectrum, maybe you have shorted Bitcoin for some reason and, you know, you've not placed a stop loss, or, you know, you've just been shorting and shorting and shorting to just looking for short opportunities instead of the longs. And you're extremely sad, upset, and you want to turn back time. Wherever you are right now, remember that today does not have to define your tomorrow. If you made profits, lock in a percentage in case of a drop. If it continues up, it doesn't matter. You've made some profits. You should be happy and content. If you are underwater in short trades, really study what went wrong with your trade. Why did you not trade the local uptrend instead of fighting it? For both parties, we can examine the trades, record the results, and write the findings in our trading journals. This is the only way we can improve long term. Sometimes people mock me for saying it takes a long time to really master trading. But I truly believe those words. To have the intuition to know when to trade a level that is hit, read the context to know during the past few days to remain very bullish and primarily only in long trades. These are not skills you understand by just reading and understanding theory. This takes real screen time and thousands of trades. Some people will read that and be upset, thinking they need to make money now. I need money now. I need to be trading now. I want to be a professional trader now. Others will take on this information and set realistic goals to reach success. I can tell you this, forming the right habits and routines is what set me from an average trader to what many would call one of the greatest traders in the world right now. If I was sick, I'd turn up to trade. If I was busy, I'd turn up to trade. If I had problems going on, I turn up to trade. Some people, when they are feeling tired, will watch Netflix or, just do anything. We have to be strict on ourselves and say no. We have to put in the time and turn up. Turning up when you don't want to is really what makes a champion. Being able to accept defeat and loss in trading is what makes a champion. Being able to lock in profits when being able to lock in profits when in a lot of profit is what makes a champion. Some people scared to take profits, they see all of it turn to a big loss. Realizing if you miss a trade is not the end of the world, that every day there is a new setup, and this really is what makes a champion. These core beliefs and understandings is what makes a champion. It's what sets you apart. So what I say is this, my friends, is that we are in this together. We can make each other better and bring ourselves to the next level. I am more motivated than I have ever been. I really feel like I'm trading on top of the world these days with some of the calls I've made and given to you. But I must remain grounded and stay within my risk management levels. If you won or lost money these days, realize in the long term, it does not matter. What matters is what you do now and tomorrow. Steps you can take to keep on improving every single day. Don't get complacent. Don't focus on the past of what was or what could have been. Don't upset yourself for things you cannot change. Focus on the now of what we can be doing to better our lives and those around of who we love and who we do this for. Let's continue to crush the charts and work hard every day together. There you go, my friends and my team. CC pulled out for me was something that I wrote up today of, ending here with a little bit of thoughts. I obviously want to keep tracking this because I actually do want to trade it. It's time to force some bearish CVD. I'm going to try and wrap this up within a few minutes because I'm going to try and sculpt this. But yeah, I don't want to just rush the video and end it unnecessarily. So I just would like to just end with these words. I'm going to keep my tab open on the other screen. And I'm going to say this. At the end of the day, like I was saying here, I'm just going to emphasize there is, you could say, a small separation between somebody that's going to make it and somebody that doesn't. Somebody that can come in here and turn their lives around and really become a successful trader. You've seen it, the proof of work yourself. Some of the people that have come in here and really become very prominent figures in the community and really excelling very hard. That there's so much evidence in front of you. Okay, from the results, from the live trading streams that we do, you can see these accounts being built up in front of your eyes. And so it's important to recognize what separates somebody from winning and losing. And sometimes it is these finer details. Okay, it's easy for me to come on here and do these videos and for you to think, wow, this guy's such an amazing trader. But you don't see all the pain and the losses and the hard work that it took to get to these levels, right? And this will be the same throughout any successful person in life. I really believe you don't just become instantly successful. You don't just have money given to you. Well, yeah, of course, some people might inherit it, but I was a person that never had any money growing up. I was definitely never had money, right? My family were not rich, and it's I had this goal, I had this mindset. I want to do something. I really want to do something here. And that was learning to trade. I learned to trade. I put in the hours, I put in the time, I took the experience. I became in the end where I am today through that hard work. You don't see all the losses and the pain that I went through, right? The sleepless nights, the loss of relationships. I've done a lot of sacrifices, but now I can truly say it was worth it. And so, yeah, it's these little habits, these little routines that you put yourself in every day. It's not aiming for the stars. It's not making $1 million tomorrow. It's let's aim for $10. Let's aim for $1. Let's just aim to win my next trade, right? It's these little steps and little goals that you focus on that keep adding up. And just like compound interest, if you put yourself in a good habit and a good routine, that's going to compound interest every day. I truly believe that. So yeah, put yourself on the right mindset, put yourself in the right community, set your goals correctly, understand what's realistic and what might not be. And, at the end of the day, you just want to turn up, put in the time, put in the effort. And I truly believe in this market, sky's the limit. There's just so much examples, so much positive and so much evidence in front of you that you really can change your whole life via trading. I mean, I truly believe that, hand on heart. Like, trading is a game changer. You know, it's the one aspect where you can truly be financially free. You know, you can set yourself apart from the rest. You can get out of that sort of rat race struggle. You know, I've seen it through many people, you know, that have come up to me in many of the in-person events that we've done, people that have wrote comments, you know, they've truly put in the time and they've changed their whole lives from trading. So I know it's possible. I know what we are doing here. And that's why I am more motivated than ever, with a new mindset in 2023 to just work, put in the time, put in the effort, make Chart Champions the best trading space in the world, the best and most supportive community there's going to be. And, you know, I can only get that by putting in work. I can't take the days off. I got to turn up. I got to come in here. At the end of the day, it's easy for me, right? Because I absolutely love what I do. But that's my game. That's my goal. And that's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to lead you from the top. So, you know, if you want to get this motivational speeches, then you know where to turn up to. But, you know, for me, the main thing here, I'm going to say, you know, if you're lacking confidence, whether you've made some profits and you're scared to take these profits, whether you've lost a load of money and you're just feeling down in the dumps and you're feeling like you're not going to make it, you're stupid, you know, I've felt that myself. I've so many, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Why did I do this? I wish I could turn back time. Sleepless nights, sick to the stomach. I've gone through that. I recognize and I know I can help. So if you're interested in that and you are, you know, feeling down in the dumps, whether you're just lacking that confidence, you know, you can see through some of the things that I've been doing this week. So some of the shows that I've shown you, you know, my biases are going to be able to help you. I really, really, truly believe that, you know, recognizing and telling people I'm not shorting, you know, giving them the guidance, you know, and just really putting in that extra bit of work here. You know, I'm really happy to keep providing that to you. So yeah, if you want that confidence booster, if you want to know my trade and you want to know my analysis, of course, in much more in-depth and more precise than what I do in these YouTube videos, I think that's going to have to be a given, right? And then you can get that over within the Discord. Okay, that's where you'll get my trading updates. That's where you'll get the live trading streams, the daily live streams, okay, the education, the cheat sheets, the templates, the speedrun modules, everything that you can think of all over on the website. So I'm just going to say that. Thank you ever so much, everybody. I hope that you've thoroughly enjoyed this video. Hope you've understood my bias on Bitcoin, okay, which was for higher. I'd like to see this high taken out at least. Then from there, we'll either blast straight through or we'll look for that swing fire pattern where I can take that short. But for now, I'm in no short trades, only in longs. And yeah, looking for that next level then above us, to be honest with you. And from there, I'll either see if we get a massive short squeeze or a rejection. So I hope that you've thoroughly understood this. And yeah, if you want to see more from me, you know where to get it over in the Discord. So cheers, everybody. Thank you. On the website, chartchampions.com. And if you want to get trading again, and I'll leave the Bybit sign up links down in the description where you can also join the Chart Champions team on there. Take advantage of those offers that we get. That's everything for me. Thank you ever so much. Longer video than normal, but I truly hope that you understand why it was important for me to talk you through the level, the price action, the context of where we've got here, the confluence and the context and the correlations, and now what we're looking for next. Okay, and how this is honestly such a decisive moment. If you sleep, if you don't pay attention, if you play on your emotions, you're going to lose money. There's only one way to make money right now, and that's by, you know, following the context of what's going on here and making very well informed decisions. And of course, I'll give you those decisions and my biases over in the group with a lot of clarity. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, everybody, and goodbye. Ending with the legal disclaimer here, so you just fully understand this too. Thank you, and goodbye. Cheers.